Have you ever watched a show and it sucked really bad? I have had the displeasure of watching so many shows that are downright egregious, and every time I do, I get another wrinkle on my brain and question once again why I put up with this cursed world. I have watched a fair amount of anime. A connoisseur I am. And if you are a fellow connoisseur yourself, then you know that anime genres go much more specific than just romance or comedy. You have harem, mecha, slice of life, garbage, isekai. So when you have such specific genres, you come to expect certain tropes and archetypes, and distinguishing between the good and bad shows within a genre can come down to specific details. Two shows that in my opinion are very similar at a glance are Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen. The main character in both shows have some special borrowed power. In Jujutsu Kaisen, they fight curses. In Chainsaw Man, they're called devils. You have the three-person squad with the goofball, the dark-haired emo, and the wacky girl. Let's just pretend this doesn't exist. And they're both made by MAPPA around similar times. But the big difference is that one of these shows is a masterpiece, and the other is probably, scratch that, most definitely the worst show I have ever watched. So which one of these shows is it that makes me want to... Whoa, it's Jujutsu Kaisen! But before you JJK fans go ahead and smash that dislike button, I would like to kindly remind you to subscribe. So let's dive deep into why these two shows are so far apart in terms of quality. Or actually maybe it's not that deep. Okay, so what do you need to make a show? Well, you need a plot. If someone were to ask me what Chainsaw Man is about, I say simple. Chainsaw wants to fight gun. Now, if someone were to ask me what Jujutsu Kaisen is about, I actually have no idea what to tell them. Some guy ate a finger, needs to eat all 20 except they kind of forget about that, and there's a knockoff Kakashi with sparkly eyes. I have actually never gotten a clear answer when I ask what this show is about. Now what else? What else does a show need? Character motivation. Why does Denji want to fight a gun? Because then his boss will let him have a touch. And that is some perfectly good character motivation. Itadori, on the other hand, has no goals or motivation at all. He's just kind of forced into a situation, and I guess his grandpa also told him to help people? I don't know. Now let's take it to 4D. Why would we, the audience, want to watch these shows? Watching Chainsaw Man, I look forward to seeing this fabled gun. Seeing Aki's future that's got this weirdo all excited, and finding out why Makima is so creepy. In Jujutsu Kaisen, absolutely nothing interesting is promised to me, except for the main character eating more fingers, which quite frankly is not my kind of thing. Well, maybe sometimes. All I ever hear people talk about for JJK are the fights. As I've said before, the fights are sort of similar between the two. The animation style is comparable. In both they battle with these sentient monsters, and sometimes people who fight with weapons, fists, or monsters of their own. Some have special abilities with rules, and these abilities don't always make 100% sense in either show, but they are more simple in Chainsaw Man, with no stupid cursed energy or nuclear physics explanations. And even when things don't make sense, it still looks sick. But in Jujutsu Kaisen, you have Gojo doing his special move, which is literally him mixing red and blue to make purple, making me feel like I'm back in Pennsylvania, 3 years old and shirtless, on the living room carpet of our apartment watching the Color Theory episode of Blue's Clues on the TV. And domain expansion is the lamest, most nonsensical thing I have ever seen in a show. I know it sounds like I'm just complaining about Jujutsu Kaisen, so let me clarify. I really hate this show and all my freaky friends who watch it. But it's not just because it's popular. It's not just because it robbed my happy marriage of anime of the year. It's because I believe the show is bad. For the environment. It's no secret that making season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen came at an infamously terrible cost for its workers, and while a lot of the shows I like are also probably unethically made, in Jujutsu Kaisen they also waste resources on scenes they should not, and have ultimately created a product that I don't think even qualifies as a show. So, in conclusion, Chainsaw Man is a masterpiece and Jujutsu Kaisen is abysmal because Chainsaw Man has better waifus.